Thank you very much for joining me for this particular tutorial. This is probably one of the very important presentations that allows everyday people to understand how they can become a part of the real estate business without dealing with all the headaches of being a landlord. This is key. Can you imagine that you can be a property owner? You can own property, you can receive the benefits of property ownership without going through the headaches of being a property owner. Let me ask you a question. George Perez is one of the biggest condo developers in the world. He has a net worth of $3.4 billion. Sam Zell, he's a landlord out of Chicago, net worth $4.8 billion. Steve Ross, real estate developer, $6.5 billion net worth. Let me ask you, what do these guys all have in common? Guess what? What they have in common is they all use partners. These guys are not relying on their own resources because they don't make enough money or have enough money as they've come through the ranks in their real estate fortunes to be able to fuel their growth and to fuel their constant acceleration in real estate. They have partners, everyday people like you, who are able to pool money together to fuel and fund their real estate projects. And this brings us to what are called limited partnerships. Limited partnerships allow people just like you from all walks of life to enter into the real estate business without experiencing the headaches of the real estate business. So let me say that again. It allows everyday people just like you to enter into the real estate business without experiencing the headaches of the real estate business. So check this out, people. Here's a fact. This is out of CNN, reported from CNN Money, and this is a very important fact. The middle class has virtually been stagnant over the last 20 years. In 1988, the average American income was $33,400. That's the average. 2014, we're talking about almost 20 years later, the average American income is only $48,000. It doesn't even keep up with the rate of inflation. Income generation is not keeping up with the rate of inflation. And let me tell you, that's something very scary. Now check this out. Here's a fact. And this is the investor segment of our country and of our world. Here's what they're doing. Here's another fact. The Wall Street Journal reports the top 5% of Americans, their net worth is $1,900,000. It also reports that the top 1% everyone's talking about, the top 1%, the average net worth is $6,800,000. So what makes these people in these two different categories so different is one group is geared towards working and generating income, and the other group is investor-based oriented. So here's something you can understand and you need to know. Being a limited partner, being part of a group that funds real estate projects through cooperation, through pooling funds together and getting a return, this is one of the greatest wealth building vehicles that's out there. And guess what? It's used by real estate landlords and developers that operate on a professional level. It's used by hedge funds. It's used by private equity funds, wealthy families, endowments. What I'm really saying to you is that the institutions that deal in wealth, they're dealing in some form of limited partnership. And that puts them in the position of a passive investor. As a passive investor, they're not hands-on. They're not on a property late at night. They're not managing a property where they have to manage a plumber. They have to do an eviction. They don't have to worry about finding a qualified attorney to do the closings. They're at a point where they're sitting back and getting the same returns, if not more, than as the general partner, as the guy or team that's running the project. So as a limited partner, as a passive partner, you're able to receive the benefit of ownership without the liability and headaches. You're able to receive the benefit of ownership without the liabilities and headaches. So there are some real clear advantages to being a passive investor. And I want to spell 5 quick ones out for you. Number 1, you have better access to quality deals. Why? Because you don't have to get the deals. The general partner that you're dealing with, they're in the real estate business. They're out there, they're finding the deals, they're leveraging the relationships, and they have the systems to get in fantastic deals that generate money. And they're going to find good deals, generally speaking, because if you don't make money, they're not making money. No management. Like I said before, you're not out there dealing with these properties, going through the headaches. You own the property, but you're not fixed and locked in to running these properties and managing them. Minimum investment. Limited partners generally require you have a basic investment, which is pretty much your share. Your share of the equity, your share of ownership. So you don't have to have $1 million to get into a deal. To get into $1 million deal, you can be a part of $1 million deal, in some cases with $2,500. It's just how the partnership is set up. Avoid bank closing issues. Yeah, you're not focused on getting the mortgage. You're not focused on getting the funds pulled together. You're not focused on putting together the whole financial structure of it where you worry about the banks being effective in their closing process. That's not your job. And guess what? The guy who does all the work, you make exactly what they're making, if not more. And your investment is working while you sleep. So again, one of the biggest points that we need to continually make is that wealth is built through residual compounding income. And a big part of that is tenants paying you money while you sleep. Money continually coming in, your investment continually growing. Now, as we all know with real estate, and some of us do know, some of us don't know, but I want to spell it out again. With real estate ownership, there's some real, tangible, hardline cash money benefits. And number 1, I want to start with appreciation. One great thing about being a passive investor in a limited partnership in a real estate project or in a property is that appreciation. Properties, as long as the market cycle is correct, they go up and up and up and up, and you're continually making money just for owning the property. Cash flow. If you're dealing with a property that has any form of tenants, or if you're doing a property where it's a project where units are being sold, you have cash flow continually coming in. It's a predictable stream and source of revenue. There's cash flow there. What about tax advantages? There's several in real estate. Real estate is probably one of the biggest leverages of tax advantages where you can get write-offs to offset other additional income. What about big cash outs? At the time of the term of your ownership in that property, when a partnership is time for them to sell, and you guys sell, you guys are going after big cash outs. So you've been collecting all this money, you've been having all this appreciation, you've been getting these great write-offs, and at the end, guess what? You've got a big cash out. This works, and that's the beautiful part about it. Cash outs actually work, and that's one of the greatest benefits of these partnerships. So, as a limited partner, you can invest in all types of properties. You can invest in office buildings, warehouses, hotels, residential communities, multifamily apartment buildings, and homes. It's limitless to what you can invest in as a limited partner. These things are endless in terms of asset classes that you can get into in real estate asset classes, but you can invest unlimited amounts of money, which is part of the beauty of this partnership. If you have any questions, be sure to give me a call. My name is DJ Richards, the acquisition specialist at Liz Bay Real Estate Group, and let me work with you in terms of showing you how limited partnerships can work for you, what the advantages are to limited partnerships, and how it can truly explode and build up that net worth. Because that's what it's about, building up your net worth to get as close as you can get to that 1% and that 5%, if not be economically that 1% and that 5%. My phone number, of course, hit me on my cell number, 347-772-0943. You can reach me directly. And our office is 147 Prince Street, Brooklyn, New York. And check out our website, www.lisbayrealestategroup.com. So again, limited partnership, passive investment income, that's the way to go. Make money while you sleep. And thanks again for joining us. And remember, give me a call if you have any questions. Thanks again and enjoy.